Howdy campers, how you going out there? I thought we'd show you what we never leave home without. All of this is permanently in the vehicle, like most of you out there. Let me know how you guys travel around. I thought I'd go through this rather sizable amount of stuff just to let you know why it's in there as well. Work my way down from the top. Tree strap, 3 meters long, 8 tons. Tree strap, 4 meters long with a shackle. And why are these in here? We're not winching up the side of a mountain, no. We're pulling people around, towing them, trying to start their cars, all that stuff. Very handy. You know why you got this on board, right? Check under your fingernails and see how much dirt, grime, grease and oil is under there, man. Always handy. You should be traveling around with one of these, although you'll never want to use it, right? This one looks a bit banged up because it's quite old, but it's all still in there. So if needed, it's always handy. This little box is full of wheel nuts, not just any wheel nuts. These ones are special captive wheel nuts with their keys. Don't get used. That's something you do when you go traveling, expedition, adventure, a different country. You don't really trust it and you want to keep the wheels on the car. Put a couple of those on. Gloves. You need gloves, especially when you're winching. Look at this. Mark 1 spade, man. Always handy. You never know when you're in the mud. Or you might need it for something else. Mark 1. These two belong together. It's for our compressor. Raise and lower the pressure of the tires. Always handy. That's quite nice that we've got a compressor on board for that. So wherever you are, if you think you need to lower the pressure, there you go, man. And you help other guys with flat tires. Not many people travel around with this. Torque wrench. And this one's pretty good. Up to 200 Newton meters. I find it very useful. Always torquing up the wheel nuts and all of that, just to get it right to the spec. It just lives on board. It's been there since day one and it hasn't moved. Pair of winching gloves, always good, especially with the 2 fingers out. This holds the spare wheel on the bonnet. We've got 1 spare wheel on the back. I think 1 is enough when you're in town. If you go further afield, 2 spares are good. So this lives on board as well, if needed. Another shackle. You all know what that is. And these go with it. It's been on board since day one. We haven't used it, but it's always nice knowing it's there, because if you don't have it on board, that's the exact moment you need it. These I've told you before, these are not for us, these are for other people, because they keep having flat batteries and we keep jump starting them. Enough said. There are about 5 or 6 of these on board, always strapping stuff down. Also for the roof rack, if you're carrying a big item, just strap it down. Always handy. Fire extinguishers. You gotta have 1 or 2, right? You never know, man. There's a lot of oil in this thing. It's combustible. The engine's combustible. Just be sure. This stuff is gold wire. It's basically fencing wire, but it gets used a lot. It keeps stuff tightened down under the bonnet, like exhaust pipes that come off and all of that. It works quite well.
Number plates.
Number plates. Engine oil. Brake fluid. WD-40, which is the opposite. bottle jack, because the original jack is a meter long. It's very uncomfortable for us because we sleep inside the car, which we've done on another video. This one worked quite well. It gets high enough for the axles with the little arm. These are the ratchets. You know what they are. And they work very well. And because they're angled heads, they get to quite awkward places. It's a 200 TDI. Enough said. Spare fuel cap, because you know what it's like. This I've explained in another video. This came from the Aldi. This is an electrician set with all of the electrical screwdrivers and pliers that you need, and some extras that have accumulated over the years. It's worth its money, man. You always need a tiny little screwdriver for a fuse or something. Always good. Warning triangle. Talking about wheel nuts earlier, kind of handy. The one thing you don't leave home without, ever. You know this. This is a set of spanners. And I bought this one specifically because it goes from 6mm all the way to 32. And we all know you need every single size in your van. Along with your spanners, you need a set of these. Obviously, you know, this is a good set because it goes right up to 32mm. Some of the bigger nuts, especially the front suspension, big nuts under there, man. This is our last piece of equipment. I really like this one. It's quite small. And I like what it has on it. A lot of sets don't have side cutters. Got a Stanley knife thing over there. A couple of spanners. These are 1/2 inch. And we have a whole set of Torx, all kinds of screwdriver you need, which is cool. I've added this little thing in here and a vice grip. And these are quite nice. I like these. Irwin, very good quality. So there you have it, guys. All of our tools. It's a nice little set. I bought this set because of the size. Because of it's not too big. A lot of them are very wide and very flat. And the way we live in our car, it wouldn't fit into the storage boxes for our camping stuff. So that's why this one's here. And I like the quality of it. Very good set. So you might think there's one thing I left out, and there is. Here it is, man. This is our duct tape. Or actually, this is supposed to represent our duct tape because we gave our last roll of duct tape to someone who really needed it and will be replaced. But however, you all know we need our duct tape, so there you have it. So let me know down below, guys. Let me know what you guys travel around with. This is just a little bit of the stuff. We got all of our camping gear in here, and this is how we roll around every single day, so we know everything's on board. Yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this one. Just a little quick look at some of what goes into our vehicle. Give us a thumbs up down below, man, and keep rolling. Along with that, you need a set of...
You're asking me?
What are they called?
No.
Dopjes in Dutch. Can't think of the English word.